video, I want to show you how to do parenthetical citation, or it's also known as in-text citation, and how to use a signal phrase in APA style, which is the second most commonly used form of documentation in college work. So here we have an original passage from an article. The name of the article is Effects of Social Relationships on People's Acceptance of Robots, Using Forms of Language by Robots. Notice the main title and then the subtitle down here. These are your authors. This is the name of the journal, the volume and the year, and the inclusive page numbers. Inclusive because it's all the page numbers from the first to the last. So I want to use this part right in here. I'll go ahead and take this out, and I'll use this in a quotation. Now, by the way, notice that you have the 1, 2, 3, and 4 here in square brackets. This is a pretty unique way of doing notes. These are endnotes, and instead of putting the little numbers above the words in what's called superscript or superscription, they're just putting them here like this. It's an easier way sometimes for editors to do it, but it's not APA or MLA or anything. It's just house style. That journal is doing it the way they want to do it. But these are cross-referencing to endnotes, so let's not worry about those. I'm just going to take this section right here, and I'm actually going to just cut and paste it. I cut and pasted it down here. If you actually type it out, make sure that you get it word perfect. You have to get it word perfect, or verbatim. That's the essence of quotation. The other thing is you got to just put your quotation marks around it, right? Those are opening ticks, or double tick, opening quotation marks. These are double tick, closing quotation marks. And let's say I just I put it into the paper something like this, my own writing, okay? It can be said that intimacy represents, okay. Now, notice up here, I don't say who's saying it or anything like that. I just started writing, and this quote makes its way into my writing. And the beginning quotations and the closing quotations marks tell me this is the quote. So where's it coming from? Now this is a citation. It's in your text, so it's in-text citation. But when you put it in parentheses, the where it came from, as an abbreviated form, this part of it is called parenthetical citation. So I'm going to go. Let's see, Kim, Kwok, ampersand, Kim. Now APA wants ampersand, the and symbol instead of A and D. And then, comma, the year of the publication, which is 2011, comma, and then P period, and the page number. Now, I know this is the first page of the article, it's 724. And that's how you would do it for APA. Now, this does not have a signal phrase. Everything gets in the parenthetical citation. And notice that the year is there, and the P. Now, it's very rare for APA to actually have direct quotes in its journals and articles, or for direct quotes to be represented in APA format. Usually they're just summaries of the main points, or paraphrasing, and we'll talk about that later. And when you're paraphrasing, you don't have to put a P, you don't even have to put a page number for APA. But if you're pulling word for word as a direct quote is, you have to pinpoint the page number that word is coming from. Now if you don't have page numbers, publisher-produced page numbers, then you have to count the paragraphs. But here we do have page numbers. It's page 724. So that's how you would do it. Now, what if you had a signal phrase? Now, a signal phrase is when you introduce the author of the quote before you actually give the quote. It would be something like this. Let's see. It would be Kim, Kwok, and Kim. Again, these strange last names. Insist that, and then the quote begins. So this is how you would have a signal phrase. You have the authors up front, and then the quote, and then the page number down here. Now APA wants you to put first and middle name initials before the last name if you're using this signal phrase in your work. So it would be something like this: Y Kim, right, for Young or up here, and then SS Kwok, so this would be SS Kwok, and Moying Sung King. Now let's go ahead and do this. We'll just treat that as one name, M Kim, And then APA wants you to put the year right after the authors, like that. So down here, the only thing you would have for if you were to do the signal phrase in APA would be this. But you would have to have the initials up here, and you would have to have the year, and you would probably be better off if you were to put ampersand, although I think in the text itself you can use and, the word and, but this would be your best bet here to get it 100% correct. So this is the signal phrase version of it. Here's your direct quote, and here's your parenthetical citation. This is an APA.